Don't stop indeed. Right, let's get on with the show. The TPC Positive Action Monthly Recap for January, which I missed off last week. Apologies for that. It wasn't the only one I missed either. The TPC Positive Actions collaboratively worked to create a flyer to generate interest, including a mission statement. And the Positive Action Group applies people-first solutions to make old, worn-out systems of society obsolete and to clear the path for a more heart-centered future for us all. The Positive Actions Group formed a social media team and created an email account and also a new social media accounts. And our goals are threefold: inspire action, asking provocative questions to encourage standing up for ourselves and also each other, promoting self-responsibility, which starts with one and will grow into communities as the key to future freedom from tyranny, and bring awareness to the TPC and our communal gatherings and increase donations in 2022. Now, the Positive Action social media team has a new member who is a graphic designer who created a vector of the TPC logo for our use. And for those who don't know, including me, a vector is an art image which can be used in any format without distortion of the artwork. He also gave the team a PowerPoint presentation of the basics of design to elevate our social media campaign. And promo editing team was formed to break the TPC promo into smaller sections which we can use in our various social media efforts. So that's the TPC video. It's been kind of broken down into a 5 or 10 minute mini version of the full version. And the Positive Action Group decided to switch gears in our focus, and the team is furiously researching this new strategy. And we agree as a group this new approach will have a stronger impact to facilitate the end of ridiculous mandates in schools and also beyond. And we're also requesting all communal gatherings write a mission statement and a brief description to add to the icons on the communal gathering homepage. And since we will be increasing visitors to the site, adding this will help newcomers decide if they want to pay the $2 and join. And so team leaders, please submit to mission statements folder on the Positive Action communal gathering. The second one is we at the From Russia with Love communal gathering have prepared an editing and proofreading guide. A method of organising our committee functioning has been proposed and will be decided when we have our next Zoom meeting. Possible cover style for the series and the blurb for the back cover of the first book has been proposed and are awaiting discussion and approval or modification. All THI members are welcome to comment on the design or make suggestions, and methods of publishing and distribution have been suggested and need to be investigated and discussed in depth. We are hoping for the THI site modifications that will enable uploading of more document formats, but we can work around that if it's not possible. That is also underway. And we await the updated versions of episodes 1 through 5 that has been edited by Thomas. Well, that has now increased to 7 episodes, and there will be a Zoom call this Saturday to formulate all the details. There will be an extra show this coming Tuesday at the usual time, and it will be From Russia with Love +7, with the unusual title of called Fake Gods, Ashtaroth and COVID. I pondered whether it should be an expose, but no, it's going into +11. Russia, it is said, has assembled about 70% of the military capability needed for a full-scale invasion of Ukraine in the coming weeks, according to US officials. And the ground is expected to freeze and harden from mid-February, enabling Moscow to bring in more heavy equipment, the unnamed officials said. Now, Russia is said to have more than 100,000 troops near Ukraine's borders, but denies planning to attack. And the US officials did not provide evidence for their assessment. Well, I never. And they said the information was based on intelligence, but that they were unable to give details due to its sensitivity, which means National Security Act. It was based on intelligence from US sources, they say. But since when have they ever exhibited intelligence? But finally, someone asks common sense questions in the alleged corridors of power. The State Department. Russia is going to launch a false flag attack as a pretext to invade Ukraine. The reporter. What's your evidence? Oops. The State Department. I just gave it to you. The reporter. No, you made an allegation. The State Department. Yes, that's the evidence. The reporter. It's an action that you say they have taken, but you have shown no evidence to confirm that. This is like crisis actors. What an interesting term that is. Really, this is like Alex Jones territory you're getting into now, he said to the State Department. Now, the reporter, who was audibly shaken, finally asked the right questions this show has asked all along. Statements are not proof. And we've been railroaded thousands of times due to our inability to ask the basic questions. And this government and its treasonous media have gotten away with, let's call it at best, serious oversights of making statements, at worst treasonous, that cost hundreds of thousands of lives, ruined economies, businesses, homes, livelihoods, lifestyles and freedoms. Iraq, Afghanistan and COVID are the most prevalent of recent catastrophes, all three riddled with statements and no proof ever garnered. And so congratulations to Matt Lee for finally having the balls to ask the most obvious question. And now everyone needs to ask those type of questions. The State Department guy was stumped. Why? Because they're not used to handling basic questions and too used to sheep nodding and asking questions in acceptance of the statement. That's the problem. And the State Department needs to send all those questions over to the CIA and get their representative out to answer the questions. Because it is they who generate these bullshit scripts passed off as proof to fund their private contractors, as we have found out. And personally, I object to the State Department people being put on the line for this, whilst the real culprits hide in the shadows like snakes. Mr. Trudeau, let's ask you a question, shall we? When on the mind-controlled idiot box, which Mr. Trudeau are you? Because we've seen three different versions. Not three different narratives, but three different people. And so can you inform us as to which one of you is the coward that ran? And given one of you is a member of the World Economic Forum, does that stand for was easily feared? And did you turdo your pants?